Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. You can call me Elle, and this is my perspective. Okay, y'all. So I know that a lot is going on right now for many of you in your world, whether you are in the United States or outside of the United States. You probably have people who are in the United States, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, you all right over there?" Anyway, for those of you who are in the United States and you are wanting to leave the United States, but you're like, hey, you know what? I may leave in 2 years. I may leave in a year and a half, something like that. I want to remind you, do not forget, guys, to get your passport. Um, I do listen. I am not all the way with my ears and things all the way, but I am listening. And I do hear that there are some different changes, like with the employees, the federal employees being reduced. We'll say it like that. And then the different prices that are going up, whether it's tariffs or whatever you want to call them. But there's different prices that are going to be going up. There's going to be different circumstances, raising of prices, and potential obstacles. I'll say it like that. So what that means is, again, if you don't have a passport, you will need to get a birth certificate. If you do not have a birth certificate, guess what? You have to order that. If you are someone who is in a state and where you can get your birth certificate, for me, like when I was getting my birth certificate, but that was many years ago, I would actually just drive to that city and pick my birth certificate up in person. Um, so that may not be the case for all of you. Some of you may have to rely on the mail system. So again, that's going to be another thing that may stand and cause a delay in time, is what I'll say. So if you are someone that's like, oh man, like I need to get my passport, but I also need to get this, I need to get this, I need to get my funds, whatever the case is, make sure you don't allow that to fall in between the cracks, right? Um, again, you don't know what's going to happen. At least I don't know. How about that? I don't know what's going to happen, but I would say that if you can, please plan to get your passport if you don't already have it. Go ahead and get it. It is best to have it. Even if you don't plan to go anywhere, it is best to have it. So when you need it, you already have it. You don't have to go through all the steps. The other thing is that sometimes there are little things that you may want or need for your travels. Again, when you're looking at the potential raising of prices, of cost of different things, this right here going up in price may be like, okay, I can handle that. But if you imagine everything going up in price, you might be like, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. So while you can, I would say go ahead and get it. For example, let's say that when you leave, you have, remember how when I first went to Playa del Carmen in 2022, I had that runner's belt. The runner's belt was like, imagine spandex, but it's in a belt. It didn't have any, there was no clasp or buckle or anything like that. Like you either stepped into it and pulled it up or put it over your head and pulled it down, right? It's a runner's belt. It's just so that you can run hands-free and it has different little compartments for you to put things in. And so if you have where you want to have a runner's belt, something like that, and it's going to need to be shipped to you, again, that's something where, just allow for that time to take to get to you. Because things may not operate the same way that they did, say, 2, 3 months ago. Um, what month are we in? Yeah, things may not operate the same. So plan ahead and just make sure that you're planning for obstacles and time delays. I'll say it like that. The other thing is that if you are like me, you already have a passport, but when does your passport expire? You want to make sure that when you are leaving, because I'm going to say that there are some of you who may not be getting ready to leave now, you're going to leave later. And you may be like, I already have my passport, but when does it expire? Make sure you know when your passport expires, and you want to have at least 6 months on your passport. I like to have more than 6 months on my passport before I renew it. And it's just because, for me, let's say that if you go someplace and let's say that you like to bob around. and you want to take a stop in Mexico. So Mexico can give you 180 days, right? So your 180 days is going to put you right around when your passport is going to be expiring. So do you see why you wouldn't want to do that kind of thing? Because what happens if you want to, go to another country from Mexico? Because let's say that you've been in Mexico for 6 months and you're like, oh man, like I really do like this kind of thing. This kind of life is nice. Let me go see where else I can go before I return to the United States, whatever the case is. But if you only have 6 months, you cannot do that. You have to go back. You have to get that passport renewed. Um, there are some places that I have heard where you can go around not getting it renewed in the United States. But are you in a country that has a US embassy? Are you near the US embassy? So just different things. Keep all the different things in mind. Be mindful. I understand that you are probably a planner and you're probably planning out and you're probably doing your research, but don't forget the small things, guys. Do not forget the small things and do not think that any of the changes that are going on in the United States may not impact you because they probably will. And it's better to plan ahead as much as you can rather than wait until the last minute and not even the last minute, but don't wait on things like the passport. If you know that you're going to have to rely on things that, let's just say it like this. If you know and you are listening and you hear that the federal employees are being reduced and they're going through different changes and things, imagine if you were someone that is there. And imagine if you were still there, but a lot of people around you are leaving. It's going to impact the employees that stay, and it's going to be an impact on the employees that leave. So just be mindful. For those of you who do not know, yes, I have worked federal for years, so it is a difference. It is an impact, whether you think it impacts you or not. It does, guys. So plan ahead. Your passport does need to go through federal channels. So again, that's all I'm gonna say because I feel like I'm going in circles and I don't like that. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, y'all, please leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And for those of you who celebrate, happy Valentine's Day. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all. Push stop. Okay, bye.